What are the best potatoes to use when you're pan frying them? To make the perfect crispy pan-fried potatoes, it all starts with the type of potato you use. All potatoes with red skin work great. They can either be small or medium-sized depending on the specific type and the time of year. Purple potatoes are less easy to find, but they taste just like any other potato, and they add some beautiful color to any dish. Then there are fingerling potatoes. They have an almost yellow skin, light yellow insides, and a small, long shape. All-purpose potatoes, which can be boiled, baked, or mashed, also work great. They have a thinner skin than most waxy potatoes and are usually light in color. They're small or medium-sized, again depending on the specific type and the time of year. A cast iron skillet is the best surface to use for frying potatoes. Make sure you season and bake the skillet before you use it. This creates a natural non-stick coating on the pan so the potatoes won't stick to it. If you don't have a cast iron skillet at home, you can also use a large frying pan with a thick base. The right cooking fat is also an important part of frying potatoes. You need to use a heat-resistant, neutral vegetable oil. So, in other words, never use olive oil. Clarified butter or ghee, vegetable oil, or sunflower oil work best. If you want to give your pan-fried potatoes a special flavor, you can also use lard or duck fat. It's very important that the oil can be heated to a high temperature. If you want to use parboiled potatoes for your pan-fried potatoes, there are a few things to keep in mind. Baking potatoes are generally cooked in their skin, so they don't tend to lose very much moisture. That makes them great for frying. But whatever type of potato you choose, make sure that once they're boiled, they get a chance to cool down before you fry them. That's because freshly boiled potatoes fall apart way more easily. Fried potatoes made from already cooked potatoes also have two advantages. They're ready more quickly since they don't need to be cooked all the way through, and they're a great way to use leftover potatoes you cooked the day before. For 2 servings of pan-fried potatoes, you need 1 pound of parboiled waxy potatoes, 1 large onion, 4 ounces of chopped bacon, and a 1/4 cup of shortening, as well as some salt and pepper. First, cut the peeled cooked potatoes into thick slices. Peel and chop the onion, fry it in a pan in some neutral cooking oil like sunflower oil for 5 minutes, then add the bacon and fry everything together for another 2 minutes or so. Once everything is cooked, put it to one side. Heat the shortening in your cast iron skillet or frying pan. The pan should be large enough for the slices to fit next to each other. If you only have a small pan, you can fry the potatoes in different rounds so that all of the slices turn out golden brown and crispy. Place the potato slices next to each other in the pan. Fry them on medium heat for about 5 or 6 minutes or until they're golden brown and crispy. Then, flip the potatoes over and fry the other side for about 6 more minutes. Just before you finish frying the second side, add in the bacon and onions and season everything with salt and pepper. You can also make pan-fried potatoes from raw potatoes. To get started, place the raw potatoes in cold water for 15 minutes in order to remove any excess starch. When potatoes are too starchy, they get soggy and they'll turn out less crispy. If you like your fried potatoes to be thick and don't want them too crispy, put the potatoes in the frying pan with a little bit of water and let them simmer until the water has evaporated. This will cook the potatoes and make them nice and soft. Then, you can fry them until they get crispy. Now, melt your cooking fat in the pan. We're using ghee or clarified butter. Use the handle of a wooden spoon to check to see if the ghee is hot enough. Small bubbles will appear on the handle if it is. Don't let the fried potatoes pile up in your frying pan. Remember, if you want to cook more of them, you can either use 2 pans or you can fry them 1 serving at a time. Fry the potatoes on both sides on low to medium heat for around 15 to 20 minutes until they get nice and crispy. You can also easily make fried potatoes out of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have much more starch than normal potatoes, so it's important to soak them in water for as long as possible to remove as much starch as you can. Another important tip is to roll the sweet potato slices in cornstarch before you fry them to make sure they get nice and crispy. Mix the cornstarch with salt and pepper in a deep bowl. Add the sweet potato slices and then mix everything together until the sweet potatoes are coated in cornstarch. Now coat the bottom of the pan in vegetable oil. As soon as the vegetable oil is really hot, fry the sweet potatoes on both sides until they get golden brown. If you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to like this video and to subscribe. Happy cooking!